thank you for joining. Follow, like, and share. Other than that, let's get started. Filming, real quick. Let's get started with this. And of course, we're going to begin by doing some stuff or better than, say good morning, hello, how are you? That's the beginning. That's the best thing to do. And last but not least, let's get into it. I tried uploading a YouTube video yesterday, and fortunately, it only uploaded 4 seconds. I mean, I was like, what, 4 seconds? So, we're going to add a little bit onto it, and we're gonna kind of speed through it, to add more stuff to it. So basically, let's see, we're in March 2nd, Tuesday. And basically, let's just do it real quick. Let's let's talk a little bit. Have a good conversation. People want to hear the truth. Well, let's bring it up. Let's put it and see. Let's put it in perspective and see. What people really think. Let's bring it up. Let's see exactly where we stand with. With the world. It's been a long time, since we haven't done this kind of stuff. But let's do a little bit of the research, a little bit of of what it means. A lot of people never know what it means. So let's do a little bit of research. Most of the times, people are busy playing. What are the games called? Roblox, Minecraft. They're busy playing that. Making stores on there. But people forget. People forget about what's really happening. What's really like the now, like not your little Minecraft game, but what is happening right now. Do we have let's see, do we have enough time? That's mainly the situation right now, ladies and gentlemen. Most people are like, yeah, we have enough time. If we do this, if we do that, the reality is much different. It's much different, ladies and gentlemen. It comes to the point to where you start thinking of, should I put this up? Should I talk about this? Should I talk about that? It becomes a very tough situation. It becomes a situation of maybe the person was right. Maybe what the person said was a little bit right, kind of right. Who knows? But and other things, guys, it's still March 2nd. It's 2021. And what are we doing here? We're, discussing a lot of stuff, guys. We're discussing a lot of stuff. Let's put it into perspective. What's or our view, as a nation. What's our view as a nation, and what do we have, that we can do, not just for the country or for the state. Um, but before most, subscribe, to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. And let's get started. Let's get started with this awesome view that we have here. The first thing that we're gonna discuss, is the video that I wasn't able to upload yesterday. What you saw was, subscribe, hit the notification bell, thumbs up on the like button, share it with your people, your platform, and then comment, for constructive criticism. Today we're gonna talk a little bit about it. It was about a 20, 30-minute video, something like that. So we're gonna talk about it real quick. Basically, we're gonna wrap it up and say, hey, you know what? 2021, the World Cup of Fortnite has been confirmed. Even though some people say, hey, you know what? It might not happen, but it has been confirmed. Yeah, not a lot of people are talking about it. Not a lot of people care about the freaking game. There's a lot of really good players on there. What else can we say about that? We can, basically, what we can say is we have a very, very good love for the game, basically. Not just Fortnite, all the games. But, basically, what do we do with games? Basically, we basically make sure we have, a proper way to talk about them. So basically, guys, what we're doing is, making sure that we talk about them. That we don't forget all of that stuff. So right now the video is a little bit boring, but we're getting stuff together right now. Actually, we're putting stuff in place. It seems like it's gonna be a pretty good video. So guys, yes, there it is. Fortnite, the World Cup, 2021. You have a community, a town, a city, and of course, those two pictures right there let you know, hey, you know what? These are the people that are playing. And of course, we have the slogan right there: technology changes future. Technology changes future. Of course, what are we talking about? How is technology changing the future? It's changing it with Fortnite, the World Cup, 2021. And of course, I want to play in the Fortnite World Cup. But give me that controller. The Xbox One, the PS5 one, whichever one. Give me one of those controllers so that I can play there and show people what's up. Yet again, guys, not so fast. So here we are. yeah, guys, make sure to check it out. You know, it's gonna be a good one. But let's get into it. Into what we're really going to talk about today. Uh, we're talking about liberals, conservatives, and libertarians. You know, they're very different kinds of social construct. Most people don't like to talk about that, you know. So I'm talking about it, or not that they don't like to talk about it, but we're gonna talk about it. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are right here, right with you guys. There you have a chart, and again, it's most of you think, hey, it's just three colors. It's actually four. Let me put it again real quick. It's actually four, guys. Four colors, and you have, conservatives, social conservation, syndicalism, green socialism, libertarian socialism. Again, if we were to say, well, where can we meet these three at? Where is, all of the circles at? They're in green conservatism for the most part. You have a little bit of, social conservatism as well, and a little bit of everything. They sort of all, have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But that again, if you were to ask me, hey, you know what, that's really cool. That's really cool. But I'm not buying it. It's a very lame chart. I wouldn't. I want to read something like that. Uh, what would I do, or what would I put instead? Well, let's put a better one. I mean, since we're talking about stuff like that, let's put a better one. And there it is on your left top right corner. But let's make it a little bit bigger. I mean, it's not enough just to have something that you can't see. Let's make it to the point to where you can see the entire thing. On the one hand, you have communism. On the right hand, you have racist people. Who is somebody to be racist? The extreme right. Authoritative. Authoritative at its extreme. It's Nazi Germany basically representing individuals. Communism, on the other hand, is extreme as well. It's totalitarianism. It's backed up by the Soviet Union, China. And again, what do you think about when you have something like that? Think about community. So on the left you think about community, and on the right you think about individuals. But right at the center, guys, you have Canada. We could talk about cannabis all day. They have their little leaf, and of course, right on top of that, you could say Canada is the base, and then the exponent power. You have 10, and you want to make it 100. You have their liberal slogan with a leaf. Come to Canada, we have all the cannabis and much more. They have a red leaf to talk about to back it up. Again, so where are we at? Canada. You have the Democrats right in the center, not left, not right. Like we're gonna be right in the center or close to the center. We're not gonna uh, you know, we're not gonna go to Canada. Um, we're gonna stay right where we are. So, but basically here, it's a little quick perspective. A political spectrum. That's what they called it. And you have the liberals right next to it. There's Canada as the center, and then on both sides, if you look at it, you have on the left you have the Soviet Union, on the right you have Nazi Germany. Who are these people? On the one hand, there's left and there's right. They're both extreme. And right at the center, you're like, you know what? We understand the left, we understand the right. We're liberal, and you have a flag to back it up. Not just a flag, an exponential flag. So, who do we look up to? On the one hand, you say, hey, we're Republicans. Republicans are more close to Nazi Germany, not Germany, to Nazi Germany. Democrats, on the other hand, they're close to liberals, right in the center, saying, hey, you know what? We understand both sides. We got this. Republicans say, hey, you know what? We understand both sides too, but we saw what happened in Germany. Um, so, uh, so again, guys, here we have, again, the Canada flag. And on both sides, what is there? There's capitalism on the one hand, on the right, and there's socialism on the left. So as you can see, who's the voice in today's world for capitalism? It'd be somebody like George W. Bush. He would probably say, hey, don't worry about it, we got this. On the other hand, you have socialism versus capitalism. You have Sweden saying, hey, you know what? Don't worry about it, we got this. So there you have, socialism versus capitalism. An entire country against George W. Bush, who's just has a picture to let people know who he is. So, George W. Bush, guys, really great guy, he ran 2 terms, has a picture saying, hey, I'm aligned with the Republicans and I see where this is going. We're not going to let it happen. I have capitalism to back it up. Yet right in there you have PC World saying, hey, we know what you're talking about and you know where you're going. We know where you're going with this. We are prepared to do what you want us to do. Basically saying, we've been seeing the entire show this whole time. It's like you've been a ticking bomb since the beginning. Anyways, not to say that he didn't do a good job or all that. Really great guy, He just had to be in that position. And he did a really great job, at it. But as you can see, nowhere in here Can we afford to put the United States flag to describe who we are? We can afford to put Medicare. We can afford to put higher taxes, and that's all communism at an extreme left. So you have PC World, okay, PC versus NDP. Now, we're not going to go into what NDP is, but as you can see, it has a leaf as well. Again, correlated with Canada, a freaking leaf. Not a red leaf, a green leaf. NDP's like, hey, Canada, we understand you have a red leaf. Leaves are in red, leaves are green, and we are NDP, and we're here to remind you. Because, we know you're all about politics, when it comes to the flag. Liberal, again, another red leaf. We're here, NDP reminded you it's a green leaf. So basically, you have that. Liberal is more closer to Germany. Left is more closer to NDP, communism. So again, as you can see, guys, on the one hand, we're going to wrap this up real quick because we have to go on to the next slide or the next picture or however you want to call it. Basically, the political spectrum is something like this. Center, Canada. Left, communism, extreme. On both sides, left and right, they're both extreme. On the one hand, you have communism. On the other hand, you have the right. Racist. On the one hand, you have totalitarianism. On the other hand, you have authority. One, totalitarianism. On the other hand, you have authority. So left and right, Soviet Union, Nazi Germany. So basically, they're basically antonyms, guys. Opposites. Some say this is what we stand for. Socialism, Medicare, higher taxes, community, China, Soviet Union, liberal, socialism, NDP, Sweden. We understand. On the other side, you're like, no, not so quick. We, on the right, represent George W. Bush, capitalism, PC world, conservative, Republicans, lower taxes, individuals. We represent individuals, not a community. We represent citizens, not cities. So on the hand of somebody like Hitler. Who was Hitler? Definitely, if you're going to say, hey, you know what? I think Donald Trump, Hitler. If you're going to say that, a lot of people said that, about Trump. Not at all, guys. Is the United States Germany, for one hand? Is the United States a country as big as Germany? Not at all. Some people might say, hey, well, you know what? If you take the size of Hitler, the size of Germany, and then if you take the size of Trump, and then the size of the United States, and you scale it, you can understand that Trump, if you take Hitler and you scale it, start scaling it, it does add up. Guys, please, GTFO with that kind of talk. Guys, it's not that serious when it comes to 2 freaking pictures, 3 freaking pictures. Here, it's 3 freaking pictures. You have the China picture. We're not going to give them popularity. And you have the George W. Bush, a person here from the United States. And then you have, Hitler. Adolf Hitler. Again, we can sit here and talk about all of this all day and go at it again and say, hey, you know what? Well, the Canada flag, it has 2 colors. The Sweden flag, it has 2 colors. As you can see on the China side with left extreme communism, the portrait is painted. It's not taken by a camera. As you can see, the uniforms are different, the times are different. On Hitler, it's black and white. On China, it's already color. With George W. Bush, it's extra color, because it's a camera. So again, guys, pretty simple stuff, guys. Pretty simple stuff. Again, follow me on Twitter, follow me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram. But here's the thing. We have been really good at this, really great at it, by the way. But just a lot of people don't get it yet. A lot of people don't understand what we're talking about. I mean, why are we talking about this? Like, I took an entire class on this. I took an entire course. I took an entire term. I majored in this. I'm an expert. Don't be telling me, oh my gosh. Guys, let me remind you who is in charge. It's not MSN. It's not Yahoo. Ladies and gentlemen, you probably said Alexa. You probably said Siri. No, not even them. It's a different platform, guys. It's a different corporation. It's a corporation world. And it's Google, ladies and gentlemen. That's who's in charge. Again, people will always say, nah, you know what? We always question Google. We always do this. We always do that. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up the facts. Most people are like, yeah, you know what? I've seen that happen time and time again. We've seen different versions. We understand what you're talking about. No. Let's get this right, straight to the point, guys. Like, most people are like, we understand, what you're trying to do. We understand. But let's see if you really understand. And in order to do that, we have to zoom in a little bit. So that you can get the first part and then the second part and we even have to zoom in a little bit more. So let's go and start with the left, guys. The left. You have government on the left. What does that mean? Well, duh. We have government. Fortunately. And if we're going to talk about the right, we might as well talk at it from right now. The government on the left is government. The government on the right is government. And this is the White House right here. A lot of people are like, yeah, it's just the White House. I mean, anybody could have a White House. I mean, you go to a different country and the White House is not called White House, it's called something different. But here in this country, what does the White House stand for? The left stands for government. Yeah, we understand the left is the left. Government. What does it mean? It means liberal progressive. These are the pillars, guys. These are what they're really about. If you get the book, if you get the lesson online, if you get the experts to really tell you what these people are about, these people aren't Democrats. These people are liberals, progressives. Like, we understand, get through the freaking thing fast. 1 minute, TikTok. Let's go, TikTok. That's pretty much who they are. But let's get into it. Okay, they're liberal, progressive. What else are they? That's pretty much when you enter, yeah, liberal progressives. But let's see what their government is really like. Who are their parties? Yeah, on the one hand, you have liberal progressives. Okay, we understand that. But let's see who they really are. They're communism, labor, Democrats, and parties. That's what they represent. That's their government. That's how they function. So it's liberal and progressive, but yet they're communism, labor, Democrats, parties. That's Democrats, ladies and gentlemen. What does this mean? This means that they're going to say, you know what, you're right. We're not Democrats. We're liberals. Does that mean that that's going to change? No. Or you might gonna say, you're probably gonna say, oh, you're right. We're not Democrats. We're progressives. Does that mean that they're going to say we're progressives? Not at all. There will always be Democrats. Why? Because the term makes sense. I wouldn't want to be a liberal in government. I wouldn't want to be a progressive in government, even though, out of liberal and progressive, I'd rather be a progressive. But why did Democrats, or the term Democrats, won? Because of demonstration. We're not going to tell you, we're going to show you how to do stuff. Yet, we're going to allow you to have your freedom. Liberals. Anyways, with that said, guys, that's the Democrat Party. They're parties, Democrats, labor, and communism. Oh no, communism, here they come. So who are they really? Now that we get to this, now that we understand what the hashtags are, or what the pillars are about, they're not really the pillars. The pillars are like this. The pillars are progressive nature, looks to the future, egalitarian, idealism, and equality. That's their well, that's not even their foundation. That's their middle class right there. These are our middle class. You wanna be better than us? Beat these people at it. Progressive nature. What does that mean? Do you understand climate? Looks to the future. Do you understand plants? Egalitarianism. Do you understand the freaking word? It's right in the center. There's two on both sides, backing that one up. Idealism. Do you understand ideals? Equality. Do you understand balance? And of course, both sides understand that. Yeah, in very different ways. So now let's get into it, guys. It's really this one is gonna take forever to explain, but so they're trade, their support, and they have goals. They have fair trade, their workers, their personal freedom, and their focus. Their main focus, don't get it twisted, is society. Yeah, they have a goal, to attain personal freedom. Yeah, they have support workers. They have trade, fair trade, but their main focus is to maintain a balance in society. So if you're like, if you go into a Democrat and you ask them, hey, I want to trade this for this, they don't have time for that. If you tell them, I am from the Green Party, my focus is society, they'll probably pay attention to you and say, hey, yeah, we're interested in what you have to say. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's the far left. And what do they do, guys? What do? They interfere with social lives, society. They're the mediators. They're the saying, hey, you know what? This is happening. Okay, we're not gonna let that happen. Oh, this is happening. We're not gonna let that happen either. What about that? No. Oh, great idea, but no, that's not gonna happen either. Hey, what's the last? Um, the last World Cup. Where was the last World Cup at? Oh, it was in Russia. The next was in Qatar. Oh, hey, is the World Cup happening in the United States? We're not gonna let it happen. Oh, but we're gonna bring Canada and Mexico. Okay, we'll maybe let it happen. You know, if it's Canada and Mexico included, yes, yes, yes. So you know, they're that kind of structure. Their economy regulates economy, business and industry equals tax and spend. So again, guys, balance. They have that kind of balance. That's what they're about. Their economy or their foundation is regulate economy, do some business and industry, tax and spend. On the other side, that who do they interfere with? Society and social lives. That's their main thing. Hey, you know what? Do you understand society? Do I understand social lives? Okay, let's introduce you to what we're about. We're about trade, support, goal, and then focus on society. Make it better. Don't try to be the other side or be better than the other side. Make sure that you know where your foundation is at and not try to build something that you don't have. So again, guys, that's pretty much that right there. So since we're really good at focusing on stuff, now let's focus on something else. Like somebody said, oh, something else. What is something else, guys? What is something else that we can focus on? We just went over government, but now let's focus on the right. Let's see what the right is about. Hey, you've been talking about the left too much. Let's talk about the right. The ones who are always right. That would probably be their slogan. So here we have, the right. And who are these people? Like, why are we talking about these people? I mean, these people suck. Again, no. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. You saw what happened with Donald Trump, and you got the best out of him. You're like, hey, you know what? Oh shit, man. I mean, gosh, man, you guys are really good. Like, I didn't believe in you guys. I was like, whoa, really cool stuff. Um, yeah, we're gonna be in the middle. Since we talked about Canada, who's our Canada guy here in the United States? You're gonna be surprised who our Canada guy is here in the United States. Our Canada guy is definitely not Kamala Harris because she's a woman. But it's Andrew Yang, ladies and gentlemen. He's the most best person at being Canada in the United States. Yeah, representing, California, of course, right from the best state in the world. So again, guys, in the freaking little world that we come up, how did we come up with Andrew Yang again, guys? This guy's coming from China. He's here, but China. You got fifth place. A guy so good. What did he represent? He said math. Make America think harder. Great. Yes. I'm gonna buy his hat or his No, it wasn't even a hat. It was a little badge, really cool badge, to have. Math, make America think harder. Yeah, you have the commercials. The commercials saying meth, don't meth with me. I don't know if anybody of you saw those commercials. Again, guys, you want to talk about stuff like that. You have meth, drugs, and then math. Andrew Yang. Which one's better? Experts in medicine or experts in math? Gosh. Anyways, here we are in the right government. You have parties in both sides. Parties are the start. That's how they start. And then they name it. Oh, we're going to name it. The party's going to be named. Not Democrat. We're not going to copy them. We know you started with a party. We're going to name it Republican. And as you can see, people tried to change the name and say, hey, you know what? It's no longer going to be a Republican. We know how you did it. It's going to be another name. And guess what? It's still Republican. It's not Democrats. We're the different Democrats. We're not the Democrats that you were. We're the Democrats. Nope. Still the same name, Republican. Conservative and nationalists. That's who they are. As you can see on both sides, they both have government. They both represent government. They both represent parties. But they do it for different reasons. They do it for different reasons, ladies and gentlemen. So here's the thing. They both have traditions. Their tradition on here, conservative and traditional. Traditions, guys. Is being conservative a tradition? Yes, it's a tradition. Here, Republicans are here to remind you, nationalists. You want to talk about language, they're nationals and they're conservative. That's their tradition. Again, they both have equity, but on here, things are different. Some people are going to say, hey, you know what? The rules have changed. No, they have not. Not on paper, not online. The documents are there. And again, you already see a lot of that. Equity, pragmatism, meritocracy, looks to the past, conservative nature, ladies and gentlemen. So again, yeah, Republicans, nationalists, most people are already saying, hey, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with Republican and nationalist. I'm not a communist. I'm not a labor person that, just labors. Yet, a lot of people would agree with labor. They're like, yeah, labor. Yup, that's the word right there. Again, you have nationalists and Republicans. Guys, what is the thing? Here, what is happening? They don't interfere with society and social lives. They don't. Not that they don't care about people's business, society. They're like, hopefully, you've been following us all along and you understand what we're about, because we're not going to interfere with our pillars. On the other hand, here we come. Yes, they respond and say, yeah, you're right. We understand what you want to do. And don't worry, you won't have to interfere. We will do it for you. So again, guys, you can see why Democrats and Republicans get along with each other. Yet they're always, saying that they're gonna do stuff better, that things are going to change. Guys, it's still the White House. If the president wins, or the runner-up for president, or the electee, or the person that's running for president, if they win, they get the house. And these set of standards go through. It's still the same house. They're not going to build a new one and say, hey, you know what? Well, our party's way cooler. We're going to build a new house and show everybody that we're much better. Nope. The same house, ladies and gentlemen. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. Conservative and traditional. Like you said, like we said, like everybody said, like I said, don't interfere with society and social lives. That's their status quo. And they back it up with social progress. On the other hand, you have social progress, but what do they believe in? They believe in evolution. They say, hey, you know what? Forget your status quo. We believe things do change. Again, some people are, no, wait a minute. Let's back up a little bit. You see this pillar right here? This is what it stands for. Go to chapter this, page this, read the text. Oh, I still don't understand. Go into the figure. You see that little picture right there? That's an example. They're like, oh, I still don't get it. I still don't get it. Oh, wait a minute. Right on top of that, there's a map. Zoom in real quick. Yeah, there we go. And there you will finally get it. Again, most people say, you know what? It's a different year, It's different. Nope. Not different. Still the same. So guys, here we are. Focus. What's their focus? They focus on the individual. And like you said, what do you think of, individuals? We focus on the individual. What's your perspective on stuff? Yeah, individual. We want to know what you like. And we'll go from there. We're not going to go to the store and tell them, hey, you know what? You need to change this. This is what you need to change. This is what people don't understand. People are always going in and they always do the same stuff over and over and over again. We told you here not to do it, and then you did it. We told you over here to do it, and then you did it again. And then we told you over here to do it, and oh my God. People don't understand. So again, as you can see, the left and the right, they're both government. Yet you can see who the real, true Americans are. Again, very broad word to say, especially right now. You're like, don't forget, the right is red, the left is blue. You can see, hey, once Black Lives Matter comes in, they're like, you know what? You're right, but you're wrong. Because Blue Lives Matter too. And people, got a lot of likes on TikTok, with their uniforms. Hey, you know what? Really good uniforms. Police uniform. Hey, Blue Lives Matter too. Don't forget about Blue Lives Matter. Yeah. Oh, you're going to say Blue Lives Matter? Then you have, Red Lives Matter too. You have that as well. A lot of likes, a lot of shares. Everybody's cool, ladies and gentlemen. That's why, you click on TikTok, you want to be cool, do what they're doing. See if it's easy to do like you say it is. So again, the left and the right, guys. So what do they have in common? They have parties. They have government. They have a house, a White House, to talk about what they think should be done. If the president wins, guess what? They still send their representatives to say, hey, you know what? I think the president is right. But let's just make sure that he is really, really, really right. So they send representatives from both sides. And as you can see, guys, sweet California, you know, a lot of sugar in California. You know, you want a donut, you get a donut for Dunkin' Donuts. You want every kind of food, you get that kind of food anywhere in California. Yeah, you know, you can win the entire country, but you did not win California. So therefore, we sent it a couple of representatives there, you know, because a lot of people on the right started screaming, hey, yeah, white lives matter. And who came up? KKK. So again, guys, you know, once you bring that kind of Republican mindset, the left finally says, hey, you know what? Forget about, you know, the racist stuff. We are government too. Let's teach you a quick lesson on what we're about. Let's teach you this and let's teach you that. Most people say, hey, you know what? Anywhere in the country that you go, we will agree with you on this, and on this. Again, as a person, you can say, hey, you know what? I can see what the person is saying. Or I can see what your foundation is. I can see what your mission and vision is. But I don't think that your team is possible with these kind of people here. What team or what people are we talking about? You know, you sit in the front row seat. You sit in the front row seat, guys. The president is giving a speech, and somewhere in the back, maybe 20 rows back, 30 rows back, somebody says, you know, there's Donald Trump. And then you're in the front row seat. Front row seats because, hey, you know what? I like Donald Trump. Somewhere in the back, somebody says, get the Mexicans out of here. Again, you're not going to turn and say, hey, you know what? Sit down. You're not allowed to say that. Or stand up. You're not allowed to say that. Not going to do that. So that's where, you know, things are like, oh, that's your concept about Trump. That's how you think about Trump. So you can see the twists and turns that had to go through, you know. Well, we're going in the right direction, but then people started to get the wrong idea of what this, you know, vision was about. Again, you know, you have two sides, guys. The left and the right. Again, you know, you can see how Trump is an expert. Yeah, a lot of people don't agree with him. So who do we bring in? We bring somebody like Biden. People, hey, you know what? Government realized real quick, you know, we're never going to make these people happy. We're government. Yeah, you're on the left. Yeah, I'm on the right. We understand what you're about, and we understand what you're about. Both parties agreed. Okay, yeah, you know what? Trump is out. We're going to bring Biden. They like George W. Bush so much, we're going to give him George W. Bush. Yet not George W. Bush. Lots of things have changed. Lots of things have passed. Lots of things have not passed. And again, who do we have as president today? Biden. And who do we have on the other seat? Kamala Harris. Again, why Kamala Harris? Because Obama said, hey, Kamala Harris, you are ready to tell Biden that you're the vice president. And little did we know, Kamala Harris, California, ladies and gentlemen, say you want to tell all of those people to get out? Tell Kamala Harris to get out. And right then and there, ladies and gentlemen, you have the strongest team telling Biden that you have the seat. You know, a lot of people said, hey, Barack Obama was listening. We gave Barack Obama, hey, you have a different set of ideals. You graduated from a really cool institution. Get into presidency. Let's do this. 2 terms. With Trump, it was a little bit more complicated. Yet, it was a really good way to introduce a little bit of what being brave is about in the land of the brave. That's what Trump was about. We're not the land of the just of the free. We're the land of the free and the brave. You and what army? Somebody wants to stand up and say, hey, you know what? This is not how you do things around here. You and what army? So there you have it, guys. We have Biden right now. Not that you should care. Biden is not going to come to the rescue and tell you, you know what, you were right. You were right. You know, Biden is president. And Biden did this and that. Again, guys, not that kind of scenario. Again, we sidetracked a little bit. Again, right, don't interfere with society, social lives. Left, interfere with society and social lives. And there you have a balance. You have an agreement. You agree on certain stuff. Their focus, individuals, goal, economic freedom. They support employers and trade. Free trade. Not workers, employers, ladies and gentlemen. 2 different sides. Who said that I was a worker? I'm an employee. Or who said that I was an employee? I'm a worker. What? Again, let's bring that back, ladies and gentlemen. Most people are like, yeah, you're right, you're right. You're right. Anyways, so conservative and traditional. So, again, here we are talking about the economy. You know, on the left, let's see if they have anything in common here. No, they're extreme opposites on this. In economy, they deregulated the economy, and they're, of course, business and industry. Oh, there it is. That's what they have in common. Business and industry. Yet their business and industry is on different sides of town. Okay, so we're with that. You know, we talked about all of that. Social lives, society, don't interfere. What is that? That's right. Government. Interfere with society, social lives. That's right. Nope, that is left. Government. Okay, guys. So we're gonna focus. That's the first That's the top tiers right there. That's the top tiers. Now we're gonna get into what happens if this Democrat Party wins or if this Republican Party. What happens? Let's see. Everybody's been asking what in the world happens if these kind of stipulations come in. Well, we're gonna start with the left. Again, follow, like, and share. Again, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. You already know the vision, and there's the mission. Mission and vision, interchange and vice versa. Guys, focus. So what happens here, guys? Democrats, what are they about? They're about community, ethics. What about that? Yeah, community ethics. They understand. Yeah, it's about building houses. It's about having a store. We get it. Next. It's about maintaining the store, maintaining the house. Next. We get it. It's about having people in the house, having people in the store. Next. We get it. That kind of thing. Yeah, a lot of people don't agree. A lot of people say, yeah, you're right, but I don't agree. I've seen that over and over and over again. It always ends up in the same place because of the same reasons, because of the same issues. So we're not going to repeat that. Yeah, a lot of people say, hey, recycle, reuse, recycle, reuse, recycle, reuse. Very, very different than community and ethics. So what's their slogan, guys? What's their slogan here? What's their quote? Do they have a philosopher saying, yeah, we have a little quote, and it's sponsored by a philosopher? Not sponsored by a philosopher, guys. It's sponsored by a party, but an outdated party. Utopianism, a different kind of society. And basically, their slogan is, the world can be improved. Bring in the new. So new batteries. Bring in some new batteries. Let's improve. That's their little slogan. Backed up by their little terms and conditions. And what are their pillars that hold that up? Inclusive, multicultural, and evolving. Really cool stuff, guys. Really cool stuff. Who's in the community? And what are their ethics? Pretty simple. Family. Family, ladies and gentlemen. Instilling morals. Self nurturing child. Openness, empathy, self-examination, education. So their main focus is family. Instilling morals, education, nurturing. That's their way of instilling potential, creating potential. They're community and ethics guys. That's who they are. That's their mission. Their vision is urban. Vocation. Not university, but vocation. Not a worker, not an employee, a vocation. That's their main target. Fulfilled adult. Media. Architect. Professor. Scientist. Teacher. That's their main thing. Yet, you're seeing a lot of those worlds being torn apart right at this moment. Yet, is there still teachers? Is there still scientists? Is there still professors? Is there still architects? Is there still media? Yes, they're still there. Okay, so now that we got that, urban, adult, family, we're like, yeah, this is a family, check it out. This is, that's the little heart right there, and that's the little thing right there, and that's the figure, and this is the cycle, and this is how it works. This is what they're trying to do, and this is where they go, and this is their beliefs. Now we're in beliefs. A little cloud, so what's the cloud like? Equality. Freedom. What is equality to them? A level playing field. What is their freedom to them? Freedom from power, abuse, and equality. But which is best? Which one is best? Freedom from power? Freedom from abuse? Or freedom from equality? 3 choices. Law of 33%. Which one do you like? Again, you can't choose all 3. Some people say, yes, you can. You can choose all 3. What are their beliefs? Their beliefs are religion, rights, criminals, okay, well, what is it? Let me see. I'm not sure if let's see real quick. Zoom in on that one. Okay, so there you go. So yeah, homeless and society. So let's go back into that, into the beliefs. What is their religion? Their religion is scientific, not organized, and unconventional. So again, guys, you want to talk about beliefs. That's their little cloud. You want to talk about, it's a little cloud. You want to talk about, do we have a system or a technology to bridge the gap? A lot of people always ask that question. Is there a way that we can understand what the computer is saying? Yes. Has it been invented? Maybe not. Will it be invented? Maybe not. Maybe yes, maybe not. Who knows? Some things come extinct and other things are born. Guys, it's called life. So, that's pretty much a little bit about that. Rights is others must observe in order to learn. Actually, it's just others must observe. Criminals is social and economic victims. Homeless, downtrodden victims of the system. Society, one for all and all for one. That is it. That's their balance. That's their little thing right there. Protect minorities. That's who they protect. You want to talk about protecting? Protect minorities. Who's the minority? Well, it depends. If you're in New York, it depends if you're in Minnesota, it depends if you're in Idaho, it depends in what state you're in order to decide who's the minority. It depends in what city you're in. It depends on what community you're in. It depends on what neighborhood you're in. It depends on a lot of factors. A lot of pools and scenarios are made in order to determine that. So again, guys, what is this about? Equality, a level playing field, and then we talked about that already. Support. 54% of Democrats support gay rights. 68% support abortion rights. 54%, or wait, actually, let's zoom in on that real quick. (34% support war, 24% support tax cuts, 43% support same-sex marriage, 78% support God. Okay, that's a really good number. 90% unmarried sex. What? Wait a minute. 78% support God and then 90% unmarried sex? How can you support God and then support unmarried sex? Again, ladies and gentlemen, we just gave you their beliefs in the cloud. Now let's talk about the information about what everybody thinks in this place. Not just the people over there in the Senate. What everybody, the people who support them, why are they there? Because of those people. Again, now, here's the thing, guys. Here is the thing that a lot of people never get. People always vote for this. Again, things always change. Rules are always changed. But there's some things that never change. And what are they? What are they? Fairness. Helping those who cannot help themselves. Positive role models. Champions of downtrodden. Diplomacy. Pacifism. What are they? Who's their mascot? Doves. That's their mascot. Yes, it flies. So again, guys, it's different. You're saying, hey, you know what? You're in Dove country. You can't mess with us. You're in Dove. Again, it depends on the state. It depends on the city. It depends on the community. So what are we doing here? So yes, guys, if the president wins, what kind of background will he have? A blue background, but it's still going to be a White House. Most people never understand what the White House is all about. Here we are talking about it. Most of the letters will always be in black. And don't get it twisted, it's not because of Black Lives Matter. The White House is not going to be white because white lives matter. Not because of that. Don't get it twisted. The color blue is not going to be because blue lives matter. That's not the reason of why the color is blue. The color is blue because they are Democrats. And again, we don't have the flag here, but they have 50 stars to back it up. A lot of people always bring up the other countries. Oh, well, I'm not from the United States. I am from, I don't know, Russia. I don't believe in your ideals. Yet, I do have businesses here. You get that kind of that kind of response. Yet again, ladies and gentlemen, that is the perspective that they want to bring into the world. So, okay, we talked about the Democrats. We understand a little bit what they're about. Now, let's go and see what the other side of the coin is. Guys, Democrats are the face of the country. Yeah, most people never know that. Kind of sucks. You know, most of the time people say, hey, you know what, well, you understand this, you understand that. You know, most people say, hey, you know what, I get what you're trying to say. I can do that too. You had so many chances. You never did it. That's the thing. I knew I could do it too. That's where the comedy comes in. You know, you have a lot of comedians. You know, you have one of the comedians. You know, who has his dad. Um, he sees a cockroach walking in the kitchen. He smashes the cockroach with a foot. The kid is about to throw the freaking cockroach into the freaking trash can. And the dad goes and says, hey, don't throw the cockroach into the trash can. What are you doing? Throwing the cockroach into the trash can. No, leave it right there. So that all the other cockroaches learn not to step into the freaking house. God damn. Now, that's supposed to be funny. Talk about blue. Talk about coldness. How funny is that? Most people say, hey, you know what? It's not funny. And then the other purpose and response, it's not meant to be funny. You know, you can think about Napoleon Dynamite on this. You know, Napoleon Dynamite. I mean, if you were to ask me, I would like for somebody like Napoleon Dynamite to win. True. You know, somebody like Pedro to win. You know, you can see why there's superstars. You can see why there's actors, actresses. Because there's always a technology to bridge the gap. Again, we talked about Democrats. Now let's go into to the other side. What do they support? What are they about? Most people are like, okay, you know, we get this, but now let's go on to the other side. We are tired of the blue side. Let's go to the red side. All right, guys, here we are. While Democrats are always trying to level up, Republicans are saying, hey, you know what? We're not trying to level up. We're just trying to keep it the same. You know, it's not, you know, leveling up and let's make it better. Let's tear it apart and then let's make a new one. And let's tear it apart and let's make a new one. Make a better one. Not about that. They're always, you know, hey, you know what? Just keep things the same. You know, it's pretty much the same thing. I already went to the other country and it's the same thing over there too. I already went to the other continent and it's already the same thing over there too. Just keep it the same. That's what they're about. And instead of ethics, they don't have ethics. They're like, what is ethics? We have morals. So again, two different words. Most people would say, hey, you know, it's the same word. Morals is a synonym of ethics. Yet, not in my party. In my party, it's different. That's pretty much what they will respond. So they're exclusive, established, and nationalistic. They keep things the same. They're established. They understand who they are. And they tell you, they let you know.
Their family, they have families too. So what do they have in common? They have families. They have adults as well. They have beliefs. They have a support system. They have all that as well. So in the family is still in strength, education. And their vision is to send this person to the military. It's, yeah, we have this in our country. Yeah, we have that in our country. But this is how we got it. Look, we have that over there, and you have to go through that first if you ever want to aspire to something like that. So that's basically, their way of letting people know who they are. Again, a lot of people ask the question, hey, do we have the technology to do this? Yes, of course we have the technology. We've been having the technology for a long time. And sometimes, we get tired of the technology and we change the technology. Again, guys, ladies and gentlemen, it's the same thing. Different color, different whatever you want. It's always going to be the same party. It's always going to be Republican. It's always going to be Democrat. Again, just a different background. If it's Republican, the background is red. If it's Democrat, the background is blue. Different stuff. People know this. Again, guys, what is the thing here? What is their belief? Yeah, community and morals. Yeah, that's our belief. Community and morals, that's our culture. What is our society? Our society is basically preservation. Preservation versus Upanism. So again, every time you go to the store, every time you say please and thank you, every time people are listening. Every time you open the door for somebody else, people are listening. Oh, this person is Republican. I can see this person opened the door, Republican. Again, I've seen Democrats do that too. Again, different style, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta understand, different beliefs. I'm pretty sure, things change, but this is pretty much, blue versus red. They both have white. Those are their colors of the flag. So again, guys, what is their religion? Theistic, organized, conventional, rights. Others must not interfere. Criminals choose to be criminals. Homeless, no work ethic, no sense of shame. So if you're homeless, you don't have a work ethic. You have no sense of shame. Survival of the fittest. That's their society. Yes, Darwinism. While over here in society and culture, Democrats are saying, yeah, let's evolve. Let's bring new stuff, let's improve. That's not Darwinism, that's Upanism. Yeah, over here, once you come down to society and say, yeah, let's do new stuff, let's all do all of that stuff, they remind you and they tell you survival of the fittest. So, who do they protect? Democrats. They protect minorities. Who do Republicans protect? Immigration control. So you can see how things played out, when you run for a certain party, you have to follow certain kind of missions and visions. You see the head in command doing certain kind of things. It's because they understand this really well. You know, we're just hitting the tip of the iceberg, but there's a lot of stuff below that we never talk about. Anyways, so that is their belief. And they're not doves, guys. They're hawks. So again, guys, I would say they're more like eagles, to be honest with you. But you know, they're hawks. Um, they say equality is their cloud is equality is opportunity, freedom is the chance to achieve or fall. But which is best? Freedom. Yeah, freedom, ladies and gentlemen. You have immigration control, all that, and then instead of diplomacy, they don't have diplomacy on there, guys. They have unfortunately they don't have diplomacy. They have aggression, militancy, upholding order, helping those who help themselves, strong role models, champions of opportunity. Different. That's what they vote for. You know, you want to be a president for the Republicans? Be aggressive, be militancy, upholding order, helping those who help themselves. You know, strong role models. So again, guys, you know, it's that kind of system. Most people never talk about this. They're like, I don't have time to talk about this. He's talking about yeah, this is too much. Again, yeah, guys, that's pretty much the White House, ladies and gentlemen. Now we talked about the White House, and we talked about the world, not just the White House. We talked about the world as well. I let you know, hey, at the center you have Canada, and then on the right you have China. Well, on the left you have China, I think. Yeah, on the left you have China. On the right you have Germany, Russia. Who knows? Who do you have? You know, you can have many different scenarios. Again, we're not even going to get into the discussion of, you know, the Olympics of soccer. You know, where you have pros say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to go to the Olympics. Have another pro go. You know, I already gave you bad results. Have somebody else try. You know. That's the pretty much the mindset. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. You know, click the bell for notifications. Hit the thumbs up, the like button. Share the platform with your community, with your people. Comment some constructive criticism, something that I may add to the video. Something, you know, something. Again, remember, it's either good morning or good afternoon. You know, that's some of the stuff that we have on here. But yeah, subscribe and remember, we always have a vision and a mission and a vision, vice versa. You know, flip it, do it, whatever you want with it. But follow me on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Thank you for joining. It's been really great. It's been really good. It's been really awesome. Again, awesome, great, good. Anyways, with that said, it's until next time.